So, a mind representing itself physically as a male and another mind representing itself physically as a female come together to conceive a child, to conceive another mind. This mind is born out of two energies, the masculine and the feminine. Now, this mind, before it expresses itself into physical form, it is a mind that has the potential to be a male or a female, right? That has not been expressed as yet. It is just a mind. Now, when we use the term masculine or feminine, remember these are just labels we use to identify a physical representation of the body of a male or the body of a female. But before it is a physical body, it's a mind. And that mind doesn't have a gender associated to it. It's not physical. It's immaterial. Why should something immaterial, something non-physical, have a gender? And even when it does express itself physically, and a child is born into the world, the parents of that child will look at the child and deduce that it's a boy or a girl, right? Based on its physical expression. But remember, even while it is expressing itself physically as a boy or a girl, it is still a mind. My mind has expressed itself physically as a male, and it may be the same in your case, or maybe you identify as a female, or you may identify differently in mind, right? You may have the physical characteristics of a male, but within your mind you identify as a female, or vice versa. And not just that, regardless of how you identify yourself, male or female, regardless of your physical characteristics, what may be different as well is who you are attracted to. Are you attracted to the same sex or the opposite sex? So you see, it's a large spectrum here. So you get people constantly debating and bickering and arguing about someone being a male or a female because that's what they see when they look at the person. And they have all these debates and arguments about people saying that you were born a male, so hence you are a male, or you were born a female, and hence you are a female. But of course they don't realize that it is the mind that is identifying itself. It could identify itself with its physical body, but you get people saying that I may look like a male or a female, but that's not how I identify. Where does that identification take place? In mind, right? It is the consciousness, the mind that is expressing what it feels. And that beingness, that knowing that is trying to express what it feels is what matters. Not the physical expression, not the physical representation. But unfortunately, what tends to happen is people look at you, or you look at someone and you see a male or a female. You see a physical representation of a male or a female. You look at their physical body and they look like a male or a female. And we argue that that is who they are, that is who they should identify as. Why should that be the case? If you are under the understanding that you are your physical body, then you may go along with this assumption that yes, you should identify based on your physical characteristics. But if you know that you are mind first, then you know that that mind does not have a gender, or it could have a combination of both the feminine and the masculine energies. And the dominant one may express itself physically. But as a mind, you can change your mind. And you may want to express yourself differently. What is wrong with that? But of course, people fail to look beyond the physical. They fail to look at the mind that is knowingly expressing itself from within. All they see is the physical body, which is unfortunate. But if they looked beyond the physical body at the being, at the mind that is expressing what it feels, what it knows itself to be, they might have a change of heart. And also, in essence, every human being on this planet, their minds has both the masculine and the feminine energies within it. It's just that there may be a dominant energy expressing itself as a physical form. It also depends on how you were raised as a child, right? If your parents saw that you have the physical characteristics of a boy, they will raise you as a boy into a man, or vice versa. They see that you have the physical characteristics of a female, they will raise you as a female, and you grow up being a woman, and you may just go along with that your whole life. So are we really born male or female? Or are we that mind that is conditioned to believe that we are a male or a female in life? But sometimes we may overlook that conditioning and decide our own genders. That's the question.